This is an M.2 SSD that has my Windows 10 installed on it. No, I didn't actually throw it. But today we are going to be ditching Windows and replacing it with Linux. More specifically, Linux Mint. So for those of you who don't know, Linux is an open sourced operating system that is recently becoming more and more popular with users switching over from Windows, like me. I don't really have any problems with Windows, but with Windows 10 rather, but with Windows 11 seeming like Microsoft's replacement for Windows 10, and with Windows 10 losing support in a couple of years, I figured I might as well try Linux because I don't really like Windows 11. What I've seen and all the issues it has, I don't really want to go to Windows 11. But I can't stick with Windows 10 because security updates will stop in 2025 unless Microsoft extends the support period, which they've been known to do, most notably with Windows 7 and Windows XP. But I'm going to be sticking with Linux now. I'm going to try Linux, specifically Linux Mint, which is one of the distributions or different versions of Linux. Because it's open source, there's a lot of different versions of it, so if you don't like one, you can try the other. So for the next 30 days, I'm going to be using only Linux Mint. There are some caveats, because I can't just use Linux Mint because I have school and other things like that that might require my Windows PC with the way it's set up. But for all intents and purposes, for gaming and Empire at War modding, talking to friends, basically all of that, I will only be using Linux Mint for the next 30 days. By the time this video goes up, the challenge might have already been going for a little while, depending on when I upload it. I plan to upload it a little after I actually am going to record and edit this video on Linux. I'm actually recording right now on Linux. I'm going to be giving you guys small updates throughout and maybe a couple videos like doing this on Linux compared to Windows 10. I hope you guys enjoy. So for now, I'm actually just going to show you around what I have set up on this PC and show you how Linux works compared to Windows. Okay, so this is my desktop. As you can see, it's very Windows-like. We have the start menu down here. Well, technically, it's just called the menu on Linux. I am using Linux Mint, like I said. It's a very Windows-like operating system. As you can probably tell, I got my games. They're still like technically installing. This Linux shows you the icons on the desktop while they're downloading from Steam. I don't know. I think Windows does that too, but it's like a blank thing, a blank icon until the game's installed. I don't know. I might be wrong about that. But we have all my games here. Obviously, this is not Steam, but it is. All my games here. The start menu basically functions like Windows. There are a few things that Linux does better than Windows and does things that I like about Linux over Windows. Like, for example, the start menu icon. You can change the icon of the menu. So instead, this doesn't have to be the menu. It can be something else. You can put text next to it. Like I have start next to it, but it starts with default no text next to it. So there's no text next to it, or you can just have text next to it. I have start next to mine. I have my keyboard kind of far away from my desk right now, but that's why I had to reach over there. And that's pretty much it. I have my video editor that I use. I have Spotify, Discord, and all my games. And this is the thumbnail that you guys saw. I just didn't done anything with it yet. So how you install software on Linux is you go to your software manager, which is not pinned to the taskbar or panel. It's called the panel on Linux, but it's not pinned to here on default. You have to go here and install it. But basically, this is like a store, like an app store, kind of like the Microsoft Store, I guess, except this one's much nicer. Basically, you pick an installation, say I want to go to GIMP. I do need to actually install GIMP, but basically, I'll do it in a minute. Basically, you click on it and then you click install. Now, there may be some occasional issues, but most of the time, this will just install the app that you need right out of this app. Like, for example, OpenShot, the version of OpenShot, like my video editor that you can find here in the software manager, for some reason doesn't launch, so I had to find the web version. You can still install apps just like you normally do on Windows, but it's easier to do it through the App Store. And I think that's just about it. I think I need to end the recording so I can edit this and maybe get it uploaded, hopefully. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys are looking forward to the later parts of the Linux challenge, if you will. And I'll see you guys in the next video.